Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is Opex Friday, January 17th. Just coming off of 4 a.m. in the morning over there on the East Coast, and I'm going to keep this very light because I am going to be vacating the office very shortly after the opening bell, some 5.5 hours from now. And I feel that I am worthy of being able to do such a thing because you've got nothing but profit in your face all year. Granted, we're only talking 10 trading sessions, but some of you, I'd probably say better than 30, you got your finger up your ass. It's up to you when you want to take your finger out of your ass. I mean, I'm sure it feels good. I've heard stories. But you got to take your finger out of your ass. Come back on to yesterday, Rick. You're a soldier, dude. You're a fucking you're a soldier. You're a warrior. You're a fucking warlord. 59.70, 59.75s plus your little ES short early in the morning, which I remember I was there. We talked about it. 60 grand. Brent, we did that one-on-one call over the weekend, introduced you, walked you through how it works. You're having an amazing start to your career. And Nancy, as always, I got nothing but good things to say about you. You've picked my brain way too much. And once again, there, Keith, $72,500. I mean, let me just, it's Friday, so I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do no matter what. You got 250 trading sessions in a year. So he made 80 grand the other day, or when was that? Wednesday. Made 70 grand yesterday. So let's just say he makes 20 grand a day, the 250 trading sessions. Does anybody not fucking understand that that's $5 million a fucking year? Get your finger out of your ass. You ain't going to get started doing that until you get started actually, placing the trades. Robert, proud of you, man. Working on your progress, getting $1,000 a day. Everything starts with the first step. Always starts with the first step. So, as I mentioned yesterday, I am not confident whatsoever. Seeing TLT and DXY, I am not confident in any overnight call credit spread and pay full respect for the possibility of seeing 6,009. And that is unchanged. That is unchanged for any way, shape, or form for today. And I'll run you through this in a second because real quick, we're up 20 points. We're right at that 50-day moving average, 59.60 right here. You've seen it, and I'll show you again how it's been a major obstacle the last 2 days. But I will run you through this right here real quick. And here you have January Opex 2018. Here you have January Opex 2019. Here you have January Opex of 2020. Here you have January Opex of 2021. Here's your January Opex of 2022, which, if you recall, we were already in our very steady decline to the downside in 2022. Here's your January Opex in 2023. And here is your January Opex of last year, 2024. And the reason I bring this into context for you is, one, first and foremost, is we've gone green on the month. So a lot of respect being paid for the monthly candle being 59.0326. That's why I shared for you yesterday 59.05, 59.85. That's the range where you're going to be inside of. And that's exactly what you did. Over here, as you see, didn't touch your safe edge, top or bottom, didn't get plus 1%, didn't get minus 1%, but you did close red. This is where it starts to get interesting, is over on the QQQ. Look at the QQQ, all right? Come off from the beginning of the year. First day of the year, down 1 point. Then, second 2 sessions of the year, bang, bang, big fucking green days. Big green day there that Friday, Big green day there, that first Monday of the month. And then red, come on, 9 cents. So you want to call it red, you want to call it green. It was up 9 cents on the day. Red, red, red. Big, huge green day over there, as you all saw on CPI, and then red again yesterday. Everything's inside the QQQ. And that's the reason why, as well, over there in the alert room when I was sharing at the end of the day yesterday, is your 1 DTE high risk overnight by the January 17th QQQ 520 calls. They're 70 cents here. Right over there, 3 o'clock, an hour later, they were over $1. Over here, Nancy, what'd she do? She got the 215th. She went and had bought them in the money. So I think we're done with this, and we can move on, because here's your futures. And as you can see here, over here on the left is your Dow futures pushing, trying to get back up to yesterday's high. But looking at this from a 5-day view, coming off of the lows from Monday, there's nothing whatsoever that's bearish about this chart. Come over here onto the NASDAQ and looking here short term, zooming in from the Monday lows. Once again, nothing whatsoever that is bearish about this. What it is weak. Over here on your ES, your S&P futures, again, the same view looking there. And it's Friday. Crush the VIX, rally the Russell 2000 is completely and fully set up, other than the fact that you have a limited amount of space to the upside. Putting you here on my main screen just so you can see what I'm looking at. Although I do have increased fonts so that you can see this in the video, I do not have these increased fonts when I have them on my main screen. So anyway, Dow Jones 417.68 on Monday, up here at 433.28 and pushing to that very nice 434 level with the 50-day moving average up above. Big broad wide view, not bullish. From this bounce point of view, nothing bearish about what we're looking at right here, right now. Come on to the right of that, and this is your IWM, and your IWM with your big CPI gap. And as you can see how it's held above 221, which if you remember, going back, how it always held above the 220s, used to dip below 220, but it would never stay below 220. Here you are, you're pushing up into 225 with 225.79 waiting right up above the 38.2 retracement of the drop. And then you run out of oxygen when you get up to 227. So curb your enthusiasm if you're going to be over there playing over on the IWM calls. That 227 is when it's screaming and hollering to you, hey, you should consider taking your profits. Down here on the bottom right, looking at the QQQ. Clean ABC move, 1, 2, 3. Looks very much like a nice wave 4 because you fell right into that 23.6, 38.2 retracement drop zone from it after having retraced half of the bounce right up there to 519.38. And again, still have that big space up there above 521, looking at that 523, very possibly even looking at 524. Not today, but that's the upside move. So then here onto the SPX, which I'll go ahead and maximize, which I kind of should have done already anyway, but fuck it, it's Friday. Your bounce off of that, boom, 57.82, where we are going to bottom off, and then your choppy being a little bit too protective, too much, daddy, milking my nipples kind of day there on Tuesday, protecting everybody when we hit 58, 68, 52. Your CPI gap up, and bam, 59.05 is your low from the CPIs. And here we are trolling and trotting right on that 59.31, right at that 50 retracement. So we'll expand this just a little bit so you can see what we're talking about. And again, very wide open, that 59.75, 59.86. And the respect is what needs to be paid for that 6,009. Nothing but respect. But that's where the respect area is. And the easiest way that they're going to be able to push for that 59.75, 59.86 is going to be by gapping up above the 50-day moving average, which sits right there at 59.60, which is right where we're at right now. So again, from the big broad view, nothing whatsoever to be bearish about, nothing at all, because we are a little bit too low, being that we are, and I will scroll back here to get real time on this. We are currently at 59.61. We are right at that 50-day moving average. I see absolutely no benefit of getting involved into either a short or a long at this very particular junction because you are right on the 50-day moving average. I would be expecting to see that 59.75, 59.86. And another reason why I would be expecting to see 59.75, 59.86, besides the history of what I've showed you of what Opex Monday does on the 1st of January, not the 1st of January, the first month of the year, January, because it is the big Opex for all the stocks. Today you have nothing. You have nothing whatsoever. 8:30 in the morning you have building permits, housing starts, blah, 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 bullshit. And then at 9:15 you get manufacturing output, industrial production, blue, 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 blah, 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 absolute fucking nothing. And you have nothing whatsoever on your schedule today. So therefore, I would have nothing but respect for 59.75, and I would have my arms wide open in the event, because you are going to be looking at least a 30-point range, just out of default. I'd be expecting to see 59.86. As long as we're holding that 59.61 where we're at right now, which is, as you can see, it's pretty fucking clear. We are right at resistance where we are right now at 59.61 on the futures. So that pretty much wraps that up. Again, being that it is a Friday, Fridays love to crush the VIX. VIX falling way off of having that beautiful 2102, giving you the opportunity to get out of all of your shorts and start looking at the longs, breaking down below 1811 on CPI, and here we are trying to hang on to 1622, where from the bigger, broader, wider point of view, you've got your gap, you've got your gap, you've got your gap, you've got your gap. And when we get down here, if we do, which we are very clearly looking to produce, a VIX down into this 1450, 1410, 1339 region, that is when and where I will start shopping for March, April, which we've already discussed. So that's where you're at. I really don't see any point in, continuing to beat a dead horse. The only thing that really was your drawback yesterday was Apple. Apple, the biggest stock in the entire stock market, selling off all day long yesterday. And where did it sell off to? Sold off right to 228.02. So a little bit of a recovery here on Apple, even a push back up here to 234. Recover the 100-day moving average. 50-day moving average being way up here at 239. There, that's all you need. And you're looking at your QQQ being right up there into that bang bang 519, 521 area. QQQ, that's your game of the day, your zero DTE, your, you know what, man, let's get this thing going and let's get all ready because it is Friday.
In the middle of a railroad track, moved around, and I knew there was no turning back. My mind raced, and I thought, what could I do? And I knew there was no help from you. Sound of the drums beating my heart. The shaking at the knees. Could I come again, please? Yeah, the ladies were too kind. You've been thunderstruck, 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 thunderstruck. I was shaking at the knees. Could I come again, please? You've been thunderstruck.